Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bettina and I'm the makeup enthusiast. In today's video we are doing my Pan Those Eyeshadows update for September, so all the progress that I made on these shadows in September and my, I guess, like intro to October. I'm doing something very crazy this month, so if you want to see what that is, then stay tuned. But before we get into the video, make sure you're subscribed down below if you want to keep up to date on this project and on my other project pans that I'm doing this year. And without further ado, let's jump on into the video. I have one pan this month, but I've decided that I'm going to roll in 4 palettes. So I have one pan and I've decided to roll in 4 palettes. So I think I'm going to be focusing on 9 shadows for October. So bear with, I will explain my madness to you in a moment. So let's start off with the shadows that I'm not making great progress on. That would be these 2. So this is my Sugar Pill Mini Fun Size palette and my Coloured Rain Queen of Hearts palette. Both of these I didn't use at all over the last month. So we're not making great progress on these, if I do say so myself. I'm hoping that maybe in the next quarter, like I've got October, November and December, so I've got 3 months left. I'm hoping that maybe I can find some form of inspiration for these palettes. But at the moment, it's just not coming to me. So I haven't used these ones at all, unfortunately. But I do feel like to make up for that, I do have good progress on the remaining 4 eyeshadow palettes. So the first one is my Enchanted Luster Luxury Chrome Bow palette. This one came in last month and I did get the color, the Craft, which was the green, like smack bang in the middle. And there's a little bit of a dip starting to show on that color in the middle there. I have only used this one twice. I've only used it twice, so I do feel like with only 2 uses and there being like a little bit of a disturbance on the pan, I think that that's a good starting point. I think once I use up my once I hit pan on my Alma palette, this one might get more love, just because I feel like blue and green a lot of the times can be a little bit interchangeable. This one at the moment is not getting a whole lot of love because I am focusing mostly on my Alma palette. So this is the Amy Hearts Beauty Alma palette. This was a collaboration with Amy Loves Makeup. It was a whole thing. I still have the palette. I know a lot of people threw it out straight away, but I thought that that was just a waste. So there are some nice colors in here. Like I like the shimmers in here. They are quite nice when you use like a good base, and the sparkle to them is really nice. So I thought that I would just keep it for that. I've been using the Alma, so I'm working on the color Roman. I have been using this mainly as a nail polish topper. I think I've only used it once as an eyeshadow. The rest of the time has been as a nail polish topper. So I've used it another 2 times over the past month and it looks beautiful. So it's actually what I've got on my nails today. So I'm wearing this over, it's like a deep forest green, like blackened green nail polish. And then I've popped Roman over the top. And this is like how it turns out. And it looks so pretty over the top of that color. So I've been using it a lot as a nail polish topper. And I think if maybe I used it 2 or 3 times more, maybe 4 times more as a nail polish topper, I think I'm definitely going to have pan on this one. So that's been the main way I've been using it lately. In terms of wearing it as an eyeshadow, I haven't really been wearing a lot of blue eyeshadow lately. I say this as I'm wearing like a matte blue in my outer corner. But in terms of like blues on the lid or shimmery blues, I haven't really been wearing a lot of them lately. So I haven't been reaching for this one as an eyeshadow, but I still have been getting a lot of use out of it as a nail polish topper. And I feel like, you know, if you are able to hit pan by utilizing your makeup in multiple different ways or on multiple different parts of the body, like you're still doing it. Like you're still achieving what you're setting out to do. Next up, we have my Nomad palette, and this again was another one that rotated in last month. This one has been getting the most of my attention this past month. I've dedicated the most amount of time on this one. I didn't think that I would be able to use this one as easily as I have been, but I have incorporated this one into basically every single work makeup look that I've done, and it's looked really pretty, and I've enjoyed what I've paired it with in terms of like shimmers or other mattes, and it's worked really, really well. So I do believe that I'm getting very close to the pan on this one, and I do believe that I am probably going to hit pan by the next update if I continue the way that I'm going. So I used this one a total of 12 times over the last month, and I don't know whether you can see there. You'll definitely be able to see it in the side-by-side comparisons, but there is a really decent dip going on there. I've completely worn away like the Nomad emblem, and I just feel like I'm gonna hit pan on this one very soon. I think I definitely, if I can double the amount of uses, I would be getting extremely close to having pan on this one. So I'm tracking very, very well with this one, and I'm actually, like, I shocked myself by how many uses I did with that one. And I think even 12 probably isn't the number, because I know there was a few days that I forgot to like tally up my usage. So 12 is probably a really conservative estimate, because I forgot to tally a few times. But I'm very happy with 12 uses. And last but not least, in terms of updates, is my Kaleidos Futurism 2 Cyber Bronze palette. In this one, I was working on the color Plasma, and I managed to hit pan on this one. So you may not be able to see it, but right in the middle there, you can see that nice like silver pan. It's a silver eyeshadow, so it does blend in a little bit, silver on silver. But I've definitely hit pan, and I've hit pan on this one with another 2 uses. So only 5 uses in total on this one. But remember guys, this was one that I had in my project for a lot of time last year. So this was just kind of finishing it off to be able to hit that pan. That's another one added to the tally. I don't think I'm getting close to my goal of 24 pans, but I think I'm a little bit a ways off. And that is why I am setting myself the ambitious task, and I'm rolling 4 palettes in, because I'm just trying to like kind of lay the groundwork, given that we're in October and I only have 3 months left. So depending on how many shadows I hit pan on over the next month will depend on if I roll any more in for the rest of the year. But I thought that I would myself handpick out a few shadows in my collection that I thought paired well with what I've already got. And I thought that would be the best way, and kind of cheating a little bit, that would be the best way for me to be successful with my goal in this project for this year. So this year I'm currently sitting at 17 shadows, and my goal is to get 24 pans by the end of the year. So I still need to hit pan on 7 shadows this year, which is a lot, but there's 3 months left. So that is only 2 each month, and then 1 month with like an extra pan. So I think that's very doable. There's been a lot of months this year that I've hit pan on like 2 to 3 shadows. So I think it's very doable. It's going to be a hefty task, but I mean, I'm already like blowing out when it comes to my team project pan and like having to roll everything back into the project from the whole year. So why not create total chaos and rotate in 4 extra shadows? So I myself have gone through my collection and picked out these shadows because I've identified that I think that these will pair really well with the shadows that I have. And I also have identified that I think that I might be able to wear these basically every day, maybe like switching it up a little bit depending on how I'm feeling on that day. But I think that I can get away with wearing these pretty much every single day for the rest of the year. Like work makeup every day for the rest of the year. So we'll see how we go. Hefty goal. We might start off with this one. This is the Lorac Pro 2 palettes. This is like the cool tone version out of the 2 Lorac palettes. This one I think is the one that I probably will hit pan on the quickest because I already have quite a considerable dip in this one. So I am going to rotate in the color light brown. That's this one up in the corner here. And as you can see, like it's already got a really reasonable dip going in there. So I think maybe like just a handful of uses and I'll be able to hit pan on that one. I've tried panning Lorac Pro palettes in the past. I like rotated in my Pro 1 into a project like last year or the year before, and I was able to hit like a few pans in the palette pretty quickly. So the shadow formula themselves is quite easy from my experience to hit pan. So we'll see how we go with that one. That one's the first one that's going to be rotating in. And then to round off my like kind of secondary goal of my Pan Those eyeshadows for this year was to try and hit pan on at least one shadow in every single one of my Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. And my Prism palette is the last one that I don't have a pan in. So I thought that I would rotate this one in now. But I have given myself kind of a challenging shadow in this palette because I just think that the one thing that's really missing from my Pan Those eyeshadows color story at the moment is like a nice darker brown matte for the outer corner. So I am going to rotate in the color Parallel, and you can see there on the pan there's like some wear and disturbance going, but there's no dip. So this one might be an ambitious goal, but given that I have 3 months left for the rest of the year, I think if I use this one very regularly, I think that I can do it. I think that I can definitely reach my target of hitting pan. Traditionally, Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadows are fairly easy to pan. The formula is just like quite powdery. So we'll see how we go. I think I'll be able to know more at the end of October, depending on how deep the dip is. By the end of October, I think we'll have a good understanding as to whether we'll be able to reach the pan by the end of the year. This next one is another one that I've been thinking about for a while because again, this series of palettes, I want to try and get a pan in every palette that I have from the series. And it is my Urban Decay Naked 2. So this is the only one out of the Naked palettes that I have that I don't have pan in, barring my Naked Mini. If I'm able to hit pan in this one, maybe like by the next update, maybe I'll try and rotate in my Naked Mini and try and hit pan on something in that before the end of the year, like just give it a crack. But in this palette, I am going to rotate in the color Foxy, which is this matte one right on the end. And I think that I can use this one to set my eyeshadow primer. And again, it does have a little bit of like wear and disturbance on the pan, but not really a dip going or anything like that. Maybe a little bit of a dip. Yeah, there's like a little bit of a dip going, but I think given that I can use this like every single time I do my makeup, I think that I will easily be able to hit pan on this one because it's just like a skin tone color that I can use to set my eyeshadow primer. So I think that I'll definitely hit pan on this one. I don't think it'll be by October, but it might be like November or December, but I definitely think that I can hit pan on this one. And then the last one that I'm going to rotate in is my Pat McGrath Mothership Mega Celestial Divinity palette. So I really like the mega palettes from Pat McGrath, but I have been neglecting them a little bit lately. So I thought that I would rotate this one in. I am going to pick this one on the bottom corner here. This one I believe is called Cosmic, and it's so beautiful. It's like a duochrome. It's like a pink to gold duochrome. So, and it does have a fair bit of wear on the pan there. And I just think it looks so beautiful paired with like the orange from the Nomad palette. And I've been wearing it a little bit lately, just trying to decide which shadow to choose. Yeah, hands down, I think that one is the best one to go with. It's so pretty. So I'm going to try and hit pan on that one. I think that I can do it because there's already a bit of a decent dip going in that one. So I don't think it'll be too hard to hit pan on that one. If I hit pan on that one really quickly, maybe I can try and hit another pan in this palette. I'll see how long it takes me to hit pan on this one. If I hit pan on it really quickly, I might choose another one in this palette to try and hit pan on as well before the end of the year. Because yeah, that seems like a really, I'm not quite sure how deep these pans are from Pat McGrath in these mega mothership palettes, but I feel like the dip is pretty decent. So I'll let you know next month how we're going on that one. So I am rotating in those 4 palettes. Like I said, I'm cheating a little bit. I understand that, I know that, but I really want to try and get to my 24 pans before the end of the year. We have 7 left to go. By next update, I want to say that I will have maybe 3 pans. I want to say maybe 3 pans by the next update. I think by the next update, I'll have pan on my Nomad palette. I think I'll have pan on my Alma palette. And I think that I'll have pan on the Lorac. Maybe the Pat McGrath. So I think next month I might have 3 to 4 pans, which is exciting because you guys know 24 is where it's at. So we'll see how we go. I will update you at the end of October. Wish me luck on my very hefty goals. Wish me luck on my, how many palettes is this in total now? Wish me luck on my 9 palettes. Wish me luck on my 9 palettes. This is crazy, but let's see how we go. Let's see how we do. It's a challenge and a half. I do love project pans and I love pan those eyeshadows, but sometimes you just go throw a spanner in the works and make things a little bit more challenging for yourself. And that's definitely what we're doing for the last quarter. I want to hit that last 7. If I'm still struggling on, for example, like the Queen of Hearts palette, the Sugar Pill palette, and the Enchanted Luster palette, those are like the 3 main struggle ones at the moment. If I'm still struggling on those, I might rotate in another palette, another 1 or 2 palettes next month. Normally by like October update, I start stopping to rotate things in. That's how I worked last year, because by the end of the year I wanted to make sure I was like completely finishing all of the ones that were still in the project. But if I am struggling to hit my 7 pans, which is lofty, but if I'm struggling to hit my 7 pans, I might maybe rotate in 1 or 2 palettes next month, and then from then on I'll like stop the rotations, because after that there's only November update and the finale. Wish me luck down in the comments. Let me know how you are going on your panning projects this year. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you want to keep up to date on this roller coaster ride that is my Pan Those Eyeshadows for the next 3 months, then make sure you're subscribed down below. That's it for this video, beautiful. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. I hope that you are staying safe, healthy, and looking after yourself. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, beautiful.